instead of me jumping on the investment portfolio and buying some fucking put options on Tylenol stock, I didn't do anything. And I guarantee tomorrow morning when the market opens, Tylenol is going to be in a free fall. They're going to be in a free fall. Even though he did clarify and say for pregnant women, it doesn't matter because the way he said it, it was very, very crass. Like if you're an ignorant person and you just read the headlines and you read Trump says not to use Tylenol, FDA says Tylenol causes autism. He says, you got Tesla stock? Yeah, I do have Tesla stock. How come? Let the medical professionals explain the scenario clearly to the people because Trump made that shit very convoluted. And he was adding in, you know how Trump, when he talks, he just ad-libs and he just starts adding a bunch of random stuff to the conversation. And it's like, dude, does this have anything to do with the topic at hand? Or are you just ad-libbing here? You know, I think that Trump would be a great streamer. He missed his calling in life, bro. Trump missed his calling in life, Kanai. If Trump had been born a little bit earlier, he could have been one of the biggest streamers on this platform. No cap. Because homie yaps, dude. He yaps. It's like, what are you even talking about, bro? The conference is about autism and Tylenol, and you're going off on a tangent about COVID, about healthcare, about tariffs, about like all this random stuff. And then he can't help but gloat. He's like, oh, I was one of the best presidents ever with the COVID rollout. It's like, dude, what? He says, if he continued TV or shows, shit would be funny as fuck. He would if he was a little bit younger, because, you know, he's pretty old. I don't know how much longer, how much more shelf life he has. But homie is funny. You can't take that away from him, man. You might say that he has authoritarian tendencies. You might say that he's rude at times. You might say that he's crass. But you can't say that he's not funny. You can't say that he doesn't know how to grab a room and hold it hostage. Because homie, yeah, the shelf life, Kanai. Homie's life cycle is at its very end, bro. He's at the end of his life cycle. No, 1 in 20. 1 in 20 now. Now it's 1 in 20 for females. 1 in every 10 boys has autism, supposedly, versus 1 in 20,000. If those stats are true, I have not had a chance to fact check him. Maybe we should fact check him during this stream. If those stats are true, that's devastating, bro.
10,000, and I would say that's probably 18 years ago. And now it's 1 in 31, but in some areas it's much worse than that, if you can believe it. 1 in 31. And I gave numbers yesterday. For boys, it's 1 in 12. I was told that's in California where they have for some reason, a more severe problem. But whether it's 1 in 12 or 1 in 31, can you imagine? That's down from 1 in 20,000, then 1 in 10,000. And now we're at the level of 1 in 12 in some cases for boys.
My question is, look, this might not be that accurate because I don't know how well they were testing for autism in the fucking 80s and 70s and 60s. So it might be they're just better at detecting it now. But shit, bro, if he's really saying it went from 1 in 20,000 to 1 in 12, that's insane, bro. That's like a fucking 10,000 fucking % increase. Like, what the fuck?
1 in 30.
We're cooked. Overall. We're cooked.
So since 2000, autism rates have surged by much more than 400%. Instead of attacking those who ask questions, everyone should be grateful for those who are trying to get the answers to this complex situation.